19th of January, we'll be going through the various activities and contributions that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has offered since he started his public life. So without further ado, we'll be jumping into the first year of today's segment. The 19th January 2006, we can see here the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the Leadership Consciousness program in Singapore. So as you see in the pictures, the Supreme, as seen in the pictures and also mentioned in the past, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been very active in the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the revival of the science of enlightenment, and all the various dimensions of the Hindu lifestyle, the traditional, authentic Hindu lifestyle mentioned in the Veda, in the Agamas by Paramashiva. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism traveled all over the world. Here we can see in Singapore, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expands on the leadership consciousness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares that the more you raise yourself, the more you raise the frequency of your consciousness, the more you operate with higher and higher states of consciousness, naturally you manifest the qualities of leadership, the Ishwaratva. So leadership consciousness is the byproduct of experiencing higher states of consciousness. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares that the science of enlightenment is extremely practical. It is extremely down to earth. So that is one of the examples. The more you raise yourself, the more you become aware of the thought currents you cherish, the patterns that you operate with, and the more you shift and make decisions to raise yourself and express and experience higher states of consciousness, you manifest qualities such as leadership, something that each and every one of us want to manifest in the world, no matter what is our situation. So that is one of the direct examples where we can see how practical living the spiritual truth is in our life. So the more we live and experience these spiritual truths, the more we cognize them, the more we radiate them, the more leadership quality we will radiate, something that each and every one of us want and need in our life in order to be more successful and expand into the various dimensions of our existence. So we can see a few pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting this program in Singapore.
The next, let's move to the year of 2007, where on the 19th of January 2007, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism led a group of devotees to the Ardha Kumbh Mela at Allahabad that happened in Jan 2007. While the event started on 3rd Jan and ended on 26th of Jan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was there with the group between 18th and 25th of Jan and participated in the Snan, the Shahi Snan, the royal bath scheduled on 19th and 23rd of Jan. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gracing the Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela is one of the largest Hindu gatherings, Hindu festivals, where during the 4 auspicious times, once in 4 years, the cosmic alignment happens, and these spots, these various places become a center of energy where in the sacred water the energy of the cosmos is available. It is said in the stories that when in the happenings of the history, where we can see the history of Kumbh Mela, how it started is when the churning of the Milky Ocean happened, when the nectar came out, when the being was carrying the nectar and flying to give it to the gods and goddesses to drink, when they churned the Milky Ocean, when the Amrita came out. And at that time, in these 4 sacred spots, the nectar, the Amrita, had dropped. And it is so auspicious that on these specific nakshatras, on the star constellations, as described by the Vedic rishis in the Vedic astronomy, they have calculated the precise time where every 4 years the we can see that drop of nectar, the energy with which it carries, that energy is in these four sacred places of Nashik, Ujjain, Allahabad, and Haridwar. These are the four places in which the Kumbh Mela happens, where every 4 years it continuously rotates between these four places. And in 2007, we have seen it happened at Allahabad, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism graced all the devotees and disciples by attending the Kumbh Mela. And it is on the same year that the Mahanirvani Akhada had identified the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as the candidate for the Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada. As we can see, the whole battalion of Shivaganas and the devotees and disciples of Nithyananda Sangha, we can see thousands of people along with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who attended the Kumbh Mela and joined in the participation of taking bath in the Shahi Snan, the royal bath in the sacred river. As in Allahabad, it is the culmination, it is the conjunction of Ganga, the sacred Ganges river, Yamuna, and Saraswati. Saraswati is the river which comes from below as the result of the energies of the rivers of Ganga and Yamuna. So here we can see the beautiful festival that happened of the Kumbh Mela, which is the world's largest gathering till date of people to celebrate a religious event. So here we can see the various pictures of the Kumbh Mela, the Ardha Kumbh Mela on the 19th of January 2007.
So entering into the year 2008, International Vedic Hindu University, the Hindu University of America, confers its first honorary doctorate to Jagadguru Sri 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 Bala Gangadharanatha Mahaswamiji. Nithyananda Paramashivam, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, presents the honorary degree of Doctor of Hindu Philosophy in Bangalore on January 19th of 2008. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, enlightened master and modern mystic, serves as chairman and president of IVHU. Under his divine guidance, the IVHU is now operating extended campuses in 11 countries. The university is rapidly expanding services to provide ancient Vedic wisdom through various delivery models, including on campus, online, and extended campuses. So let us have a quick listen into this very unique happening. Jump into the video.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. First, I offer my humble respects and pranams to Holiness Jagadguru Sri 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 Bala Gangadharanatha Mahaswamiji on his 64th birthday, and I offer my humble respects to His Excellency former President of India, Bharat Ratna, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and His Excellency the Governor of Karnataka, Sri Rameshwar Thakur, and Jagadguru Sri 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 Shivaratri Jaisikendra Mahaswamiji from Suttur Mutt, and all other Swamis and other dignitaries, I give my humble respects. Here I am just reading out the declaration. His Holiness Jagadguru Sri 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 Balangadana Nath Mahaswamiji has dedicated his life to spreading the essence of Vedic wisdom and to the propagation of brotherhood and global peace. Under his esteemed leadership, Adichyarya Mutt has become a dynamic organization with a relentless focus on the revival and integration of Vedic sciences and wisdom into modern life for the benefit of all. Under his divine supervision, hundreds of educational institutions, healthcare and social service organizations have been started with the sole aim of providing the basic needs of Anna, Akshara and Arogya, especially to millions in the rural communities of India. His Holiness Balangadana Mahaswamiji continually works for the welfare and betterment of common people. The Mutt has widened its activities tremendously under his leadership. The educational institutions started by him have provided access to learning for the underprivileged. The courses offered in these institutions are a blend of modern science and Vedic spirituality. The Trust has established over 4,000 such centers and institutions, benefiting more than 70,000 students in the field of medicine, engineering, science and other schools and colleges. These healthcare organizations have continually delivered primary and intensive care to the masses under demanding circumstances. This includes an Ayurvedic hospital established in Bangalore that utilizes the science and wisdom of the Vedic rishis as an integral aspect of care. Through His Holiness' guidance, the social service organizations have saturated the physical, psychological and spiritual hunger of millions during times of pressing need. These include orphanages, women's employment and empowerment programs, and the youth educational, cultural, spiritual camps. On an annual basis, Sri Mutt brings together the leaders of various religious traditions to felicitate discussions and means to promote the Vedic teachings on harmony, peace and universal fraternity. So, in recognition to his noble contributions to humanity, the Honorary Doctoral Committee of the International Vedic Hindu University, the only university accredited solely focused on Vedic studies, headquartered in Orlando, Florida, the university offers bachelor's, master's, doctoral degree programs in Vedic studies through the extended campuses in 11 countries and runs 30 temples around the world. The university represents 1 million inner scientists, rishis and saints who have done the research and development in the inner sciences for last 10,000 years and whose traditions are now practiced by 1 billion, 100 crore people all over the world. So, the Honorary Doctoral Committee of the International Vedic Hindu University is honored to confer upon Jagadguru Sri 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 Balangadana Mahaswamiji and his mission its first honorary doctoral degree of Doctor of Hindu Philosophy. With all humbleness, respect, gratitude, we offer our sincere pranams to Sri 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 Balangadana Mahaswamiji for serving humanity with spirit and intensity and continually contributing and responding to the needs of the people of Karnataka, India and the world. We offer our humble respects and gratitude, sincere pranams to Balangadana Mahaswamiji and all other Swamis again and confer the honorary doctorate degree. Thank you.
ಈಗ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ಬಾಲನಾರಾಯಣ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರೇಟ್ ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ. ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ
Yes, let us now move on to the 19th of January 2010, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism delivers the satsang on Bhagavad Gita in Tamil and English, inaugurates new centers, visiting the devotees' homes, distributing 4 books, pamphlets, prasadam, and gives darshan. So here on the January of 2010, we can continue to see the Bhagavad Gita satsangs delivered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in Tamil, and also, of course, the house visits by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is gracing the devotees, disciples by going to their homes and accepting the worship and accepting the various gifts given by the devotees, and also blessing them with all the boons and all the auspiciousness. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also giving the Bhagavad Gita satsang. The Bhagavad Gita, to those who do not know, Bhagavad Gita is a beautiful scripture revealed by Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the avatar, the 8th avatar of Mahavishnu, where Bhagavan Sri Krishna gives the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, who is powerless against fighting with his own relatives in the story of the Mahabharata, and Bhagavan Sri Krishna bestows upon him the Bhagavad Gita, which tells him about the rights and wrongs, the dharma and adharma, and the various other truths. And then Arjuna understands that what he's doing is not killing but removing the burden on this planet. And we can see the various truths of the Bhagavad Gita as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given the Bhagavad Gita in a way that all of us can relate to. Of course, it is given by Bhagavan Mahavishnu, Bhagavan Parandama, where even today the truths of the Bhagavad Gita are directly relevant, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has added to the correct meaning, the correct translation of those truths revealed by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the original Bhagavad Gita, where in the Bhagavad Gita Decoded e-book, which is available on Kailasa.org, where we can download the e-book of the Bhagavad Gita. All of us can read the various truths revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. All of us can log on to Kailasa.org, and in the publications in the Nithyananda University Press, all of us can see the various books, and especially the Bhagavad Gita Decoded given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So with that, we'll now be moving on to the next year after a short break.
Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater science is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater science of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth.
Yes. So welcoming each and everyone back to this glimpses of the past segment. We will now be jumping into the year 2011 on the 19th of January. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, overseeing the Adinam's activities and visits various devotees' houses and blesses them with individual darshan. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been, as we mentioned in the past, extremely active in the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma and always making himself available to people. In the pictures on the left, we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism physically blessing the devotees in their houses, blessing them, listening to their requests, giving them the boons that they wish for, and ultimately giving them the darshan, helping them raising their um, awakening their kundalini and raising them to higher states of consciousness by the simple presence. As a 1008th avatar of Paramashiva, his physical presence alone raises the space in which he is drastically. That is also why offering puja or inviting the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in your house, offering puja to him and all that blesses the house tremendously, because the amount of energy and high frequencies which the body of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism radiates gets imbibed into your house, and it helps to improve the quality of life in all dimensions in your house and in your family. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism making himself available in that way to the devotees. And on the picture of the right, we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism overseeing the activities of the monasteries. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism used to be extremely active into managing and overseeing the various activities which were taking place in whatever location he used to be in. That is one of the very important dimension which those who were physically around the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism would have seen. So here we have a picture of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism just doing that type of responsibility.
So let us now move on to the next year with the 19th of January 2012, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gives the satsang and Kalpataru darshan and visits and takes blessings from the sacred banyan tree. To all the viewers who are new to the segment, the sacred banyan tree, the Kalpavriksha, is a thousands of year old tree in Adi Kailasa Sarvingapita in Bangalore, India, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism actually identified the property where Bhagavan Paramashiva in the vision showed the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism a huge banyan tree under which the samadhi of the last incarnations of Bhagavan Paramashiva are resting, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, with much effort and the help and guidance of Tiruchi Mahaswamiji, identified this banyan tree as the banyan tree that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism saw in the vision and established the Adi Kailasa Sarvingapita, which is in Bangalore, India, which is around this banyan tree, where this banyan tree is one of the most powerful centers, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, the various landing pads of from Kailasa to Bhuloka. Out of the various landing pads, one such landing pad is the Biddi Banyan tree. And here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism bowing down to the banyan tree, and of course the Nithyananda Satsang. And if all the viewers are curious on what Swamiji spoke on that day, on the 19th of January 2012, all of us can go to Nithyanandapedia and put in this exact same date, where it will guide you to the video of the satsang and also the transcript of that day's satsang on the various sacred secrets that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed.
So entering now into the year 2013, again on the 19th of January, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism receives Pada Puja from devotees across the world and delivers the Nithyananda Satsang. So if there is one thing which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been doing since the very beginning of his public life, it is the puja and the satsang. So here we have a picture of both of these happenings. The Pada Puja is the puja that we offer at the feet of the Guru, the lotus feet of the Master, as an offering of gratitude for everything that the Guru has given us, everything which got unlocked, everything that was bestowed by the presence and the grace of the Guru in our life. The Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, shared that the physical Guru is the reflection of the inner Guru. So the relationship that we build with the physical Guru is directly mapped into the relationship that we have with our own inner Guru, our own soul. And that is why the Guru-disciple relationship is such an important, such an important dimension, if not the most important dimension of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. It is literally the backbone of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. This relationship is extremely and perhaps most auspicious, as it allows every auspicious thing in our life to blossom and to happen and manifest in each and every one of us. So here, the Pada Puja is the offering done from that space of gratitude for everything, for all the auspiciousness which was bestowed onto us by the presence of Guru in our life. And then we have on the right, on the left, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism giving the Nithyananda Satsang. So the daily discourse where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism demystifies spiritual truths, maps them into something which we can easily relate to and understand in today's world, mapping the truths revealed by Paramashiva in the Vedas and Agamas into the present day and as per the present state of humanity. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism doing just that.
Next, let's move on to the 19th of January 2014, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism visits the Ganga and conducts a special homa for the participants of the Inner Awakening program. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the sacred city of where the Ganga is flowing, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is conducting the homa. The homa is a beautiful ritual as described in the Paramashiva in the Vedas and Agamas, where it has the components of all the five elements and connecting to the divine through the five elements, the Panchabhutas. The first one being the space element, the ether element, of course, where the deity itself is in the unmanifest form, in the form of ether. And then we can see the air element by the chanting of the mantras, the bija mantras, directly invoking the presence of the deity in the air around us. The next is the element of fire, where in the fire, directly the deity lands and accepts the various offerings and various oblations that we are offering. The next element being the water element, where in the kalashas we have the sacred water pots where we consecrate, where we invoke the deity in the form of the water pots, and of course in the earth element where we invoke the deities, the whole presence of the whole Yagashala, the whole place where we're doing the yajna, where we're doing the homa, the fire ritual, is fully energized, and all the deities, the presence of the deities are invoked. So here we can see one such fire ritual happening in the banks of the sacred river Ganga, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself is conducting the various rituals and for the inner awakening participants. So let us now see the video of the happenings of that day, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism visited Haridwar and Rishikesh with the inner awakening participants.
So yes, let us now enter into the year 2015. We can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism celebrating the Dvajarohanam, the hoisting of the Nithyanandosava flag. A delegate shared about the Bhagavad Gita book Decoded and how it gives direct solutions for any situation in today's world. So on the 19th of January 2015, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism physically hoisted the Nithyanandosava, the flag of the Nithyanandosava. Nithyanandosava is the celebration which we start to celebrate outside of celebrations. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that Hinduism is all about celebrations. We celebrate 300 years a day, and 65 of the rest of the 65 days of the years is nothing but the preparation for the next celebration. So the Nithyotsava is a testimony of that celebrative lifestyle, where we celebrate the gods and goddesses and all the auspiciousness which we experience in our life as we live the Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So it's a very active lifestyle focused on the ultimate on Paramashiva, and celebrative lifestyle because the life is entirely focused on Paramashiva. So let us have a look at the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism raising the flag in Adi Kailasa. So before moving into the next year, let us take a very short break, and we'll be right back with you in a few moments. Stay tuned for the further years of this 19th of January on the glimpses of the glorious past.
Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression, or the worst suicidal patterns, or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. greater science is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater science of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth.
and invited his disciples, and they had a tour around the Adi Kailasa Sarvangapita, where at that point of time the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was physically gracing, and his presence was there at that time. So here we can see the happenings of the 19th of January 2016 and the photos of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism with Dayananda Saraswati Swami.
So moving on now to the year 2020, on the 19th of January, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, expounded on the cosmic principle, knowledge about Brahman, guarantees Videha Mukti during the live public address, the Nithyananda Satsang. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained from the Mudaka Upanishad, Brahma Veda Brahmeva Bhavati, knowledge about Brahman. His Divine Holiness shared that the very knowledge and logical understanding about Brahman itself is so valuable and important for you, it guarantees Videha Mukti, meaning Kailasa when you leave the body. So here the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on some of the powerful cognitions revealed in the Upanishads, the Mundaka Upanishad. So we invite each and everyone to go Nityanandapedia on this day, on the 19th of January 2020, and listen to the discourse, the satsang that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism delivered on that day in order to have a greater grasp of what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared regarding the importance of having the right knowledge about Brahman, Brahman being the universe, the cosmos. When you grasp Brahman, you will experience liberation once you leave the body, Videha Mukti. So something which is extremely valuable. So inviting each and everyone to go and listen to the satsang. Here we can see a few pictures of the darshan when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism graced each and everyone during the live public address. So with this, we are coming to the end of today's segment. So let us now get ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let us sit straight, close our eyes, align the neck and spine, the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Unclutch from all the mental activities and from whatever has happened in the day or is yet to happen in the day. Coming to a space of complete completion, our original space, cherishing the feeling connection with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, with Swamiji. Visualize Swamiji in your third eye or your Ananda Gandha. Inhale deeply and slowly, and exhale deeply and slowly, while chanting the Mahavakya in Ajapa Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing the mantra rotating around the Vishuddhi Chakra, the throat center. Get into the space of deep receptivity, seeking devotion, surrender, to receive the presence, the initiations, and the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply and slowly. In the sweet remembrance of Guru, of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and how he has showered on you all forms of auspiciousness in your life, from that space of oneness with Paramashiva and Swamiji. Let us now get ready to receive the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
எல்லோருக்கும் ஊருதான் கண்டு வைக்கும், இவருக்கு தான் உலகமே கண்டு வைக்கும். சுத்தி போடுங்கடி. வருகிற நாள் எல்லாம் வளமாக வாழணும், இருக்கிற நாள் எல்லாம் நமக்காக மாத்தணும். அதுக்கு இப்போது நாம் என்ன செய்யணும்? நித்யானந்தரின் சொல் கேட்டு நடக்கணும். மனிதராய் பிறந்த நம்ம எல்லாம் காக்கத்தான் கைலாசா என்னும் புது உலக கொடுத்துட்டான். பகவானே வந்திருக்கா, மனித ரூபா கூட்டு இருக்கா. தர்மம் என்னும் தேரிலேறி ஞானம் என்னும் போரில் வென்றா மனித குலம் வந்துருச்சி கைலாசம்தான், தந்துருச்சி சிவவாசம்தான். வந்துருச்சி கைலாசம்தான், நமக்கு தந்துருச்சி சிவவாசம்தான். வந்துருச்சி கைலாசம்தான், தந்துருச்சி சிவவாசம்தான். வந்துருச்சி கைலாசம்தான், நமக்கு தந்துருச்சி சிவவாசம்தான்.